प्रथमोऽध्यायः अर्जुन विषादयोगः।
व्यवस्थितान् दृष्ट्वा धार्तराष्ट्रान् कपिध्वजः प्रवृते शस्त्रसम्पाते तनुरुद्यम्य पाण्डवः ऋषिकेशं तदा वाक्यम् इदमाहमहीपते। अर्जुन उवाच सेनयोरुभयोर्मध्ये रथं स्थापयमेच्युत यावदेतान्निरीक्षेऽहं योद्धुकामानवस्थितान् तैर्मया सह योद्धव्यम् अस्मिन् रणसमुद्यमे योत्स्यमानानवेक्षेऽहं य एते समागताः धार्तराष्ट्रस्य दुर्बुद्धेः युद्धे प्रीचिकीर्षवः। संजय उवाच एवमुक्तो ऋषिकेशः गुडाकेशेन भारत सेनयोरुभयोर्मध्ये स्थापयित्वा रथोत्तमम् भीष्मद्रोणः प्रमुखतः सर्वेषां च महीक्षिताम् उवाच पार्थ पश्यैतान् समवेतान् कुरूनिति।
ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। कृष्णं वंदे जगद्गुरुम्। ओम श्री कृष्ण परब्रह्मः नमः। कृष्णं वंदे जगद्गुरुम्. In the 21st shloka, which starts as Arjuna Uvacha, that means Arjuna is asking, and here Sanjaya starts telling what Arjuna is asking Shri Krishna. Arjuna says, "Hey Achyuta, please take my chariot to the middle of the war field. I want to see the length and breadth of each armies and also look at each and everyone, evaluate them properly, assess their strength and weakness, and then decide how to fight." And here the word Sena Yorudha Dharmaha, it comes. So that means this word comes 3 times. First time when Arjuna with great vigor he takes his Gandiva and he is ready to fight. And the second one when he asks to take his chariot in the middle, and the third time when Bhagwan Shri Krishna advises or gives the Upadesha of Bhagavad Gita. So 3 times Senayoru Bhayor Madhe is the word he uses. And further, why he says that he wants to assess is, he says in the 23rd shloka, he says, "This Duryodhana is a wicked man. He is very wily, and he is the one who has gathered all these wicked people who are here to please him, and they do not know what is right, what is wrong, and they are just supporting Duryodhana because he is wicked and he is friend of theirs. But their real friend is the one who never allows his friend to do wrong things. Instead, the good friend has to correct or rectify the wrong that the friend is doing. But look at these people, how they are all supporting a person who is doing something wrong to the whole world." And from this, we must also learn a lesson. When we have friendship, suppose our friend is doing something wrong, we should have the strength, we should have the courage to rectify or correct him rather than supporting him for the wrongdoings. And apart from that, he says, where there is adharma, anyaya, if somebody takes that side, that is going to be disastrous to the world. And here his mind is so determined and he is already, with so much of vigor and valor, he is ready to fight. But when it comes to the 24th shloka, there What Krishna Paramatma does is takes the chariot and goes and stops right in front of Dronacharya and also the Bhishma Pitamaha. And that time, when instead of assessing the opponents, what happens to Arjuna is, who is called as the Gudakesha. Gudakesha has got two meanings. One is the person who has got the curly hair, and the other one is the one who has got control on his sleep. In fact, Arjuna could control his sleep, so much so he was capable of sleeping even on the when he was riding the horse, and that's how he is called as the Gudakesha. Then the word Rishikesha comes. Rishikesha is the one who has got Indriya Nigraha, the Isha or the owner who controls his Panchendriya, and that's how he is called as the Rishikesha, and that is the Sri Krishna Paramatma. Normally, the order is given to the servant, but here, though Arjuna asks Krishna Paramatma, he is not a servant, he is not just an ordinary Sarathi or a driver, but still the Krishna has got so much of affection and love for Arjuna. He listens to him and takes him in the middle of the warfield. And not only that, when suddenly Arjuna looks at his Bhishma Pitamaha, who was so kind to him right from childhood. As a grandson, he had all the affection and love showering on him by Bhishma Pitamaha. He suddenly remembers that and he gets perturbed. How can I kill my own Bhishma Pitamaha who has brought me up? And then he sees Dronacharya. Dronacharya loved among all his disciples Arjuna the most. And then Arjuna feels, oh my God, here is my teacher who has made me the greatest archer in the world, and then I have to fight with him. Then suddenly he gets perturbed and he goes into deep depression. When he goes into the depression, he starts getting doubts. All the vigor, courage and energy that he had in the beginning when he lifted the Gandiva and asked Arjuna, that vanishes. And then suddenly he goes into depression, and then he starts asking questions to Krishna Paramatma. Now here Krishna Paramatma acts like a surgeon, precisely how the surgeon treats and how he removes the root cause of it right from the roots of it, in the same way. For example, as a doctor, we know when abscess occurs, we don't cut it open. We allow it to ripe, and once it is ripe and pus is formed, then only we make an incision and remove all the pus, do the dressing and don't leave any lurking infection. In the same way, with the surgical precision or the surgical strike, Krishna Paramatma treats the main malady that was there in Arjuna by removing all his depression. And how does he do that? He knows that moha, that is the attraction that they have or the love for somebody, and moha is a maya. And here you can take the example of two people. One is the Dhritarashtra. He has a moha on his children, and as a result, he goes on supporting all the wrong things that his children are doing, and ultimately he has come to a stage where one of the greatest world war occurred, that is in the Kurukshetra. And on the other hand, we have Arjuna, who takes away the moha around the eyes of Arjuna, who was thinking that people around him or in front of him are his relatives who have brought him up. Then he says, the Paramatma's Amsha, Atma is in everyone, and Atma cannot be destroyed, and Atma continues. So it is not your grandfather or a teacher, he is a part of Paramatma. Now you raise your arms against the evil doing or adharma, he says. Even in our life, we learn a lesson from this, that if our children or family members or friends are doing adharma, wrong, ahimsa, or they are doing telling lies, that time we have to put our foot down. Don't get enamored that they are our son or they are our relative. We must tell them wrong is wrong. And in the same way, as parents, whether you want to be like Dhritarashtra and take your children in the wrong path, or you want to be like a Krishna Paramartha, the Sarathi who gives the direction and vision to Arjuna, is left to us. So here in this 21 to 25 shlokas, we learn not to support the wicked and the evil people and support, encourage the good people. So let us learn lesson from these 21 to 25 shloka. Shri Krishna Pranastu Pranam.